This week we come off the River Nene and go up the 17 locks of the Northampton lock flight with family. They were really big help. And we finish with an oil leak on my generator, filmed in real time. It's gone wrong again. Hey ho, boat life. It's early o'clock. That is where I was moored with that lovely couple. And I'm heading towards my first lock of the day that I think is just round this corner. I'm going to try and do my damnedest to get to Northampton today, because it will be good to spend a couple of days in a marina fully charging my batteries. But we shall see. If it pours with rain, I will stop. But so far, it's not a bad day. I had to choose which way to go. I've chosen this way. This way looks right, but I've no idea. It might end up in a dead end and I'll have to turn around and come back. But there was a left turn and a right turn, but no arrow. But this has got a sign on it saying low bridge, and it's got a gauge on it saying this is how deep the water is. So I'm assuming they've put all that there because this is the official navigation. See how low the water is at the moment, because the bridge is nowhere near as low as it could be. Yep, this was the right way, because there's the lock. Fabuloso. Even though the river is very low, it's still managing to cascade over the front gates of this lock. I don't think I'm going to need to open the paddles at all. I'll just close the guillotine and see what happens. Might be a grey old day, but the birds are in fine fettle. In the distance, there is an Environment Agency workboat doing something to the weir. Not quite sure what. Hi!
Morning.
They're currently undoing all these bollards. They're going to go through that back channel and trim it back. Not sure, but this guy here seems to have a fondness for border collies. There's loads of them. He's got a whole pack of them. Well, this is rather amazing. We've had a rain when we were supposed to just be grey, and then suddenly the cloud went away and the sky became blue and the wind disappeared. Not complaining. I'm getting about 800 watts of solar in. Lovely. Morning all! Today we see a madman in a canoe and then we open Wattway's throttle fully. We have the fine example of a seal launch. Excellent! You're a madman!
Bags.
A cloud is appearing. What a shame. Well, I've been enjoying this tiny spot of sunshine. This is a bit of a low one. These trees sound like water. Northampton Boat Club. Oh, and the sound of a parrot. not overly happy with my throttle yet, because it's really hard to go slowly. It's got a groove on it that's set for a cruising speed of 400 and something RPM, and every time you want to go slower, it slots back into it. Apparently there's some screws on the inside that I need to adjust, but I'm going to need to ring the boat builder and get a proper breakdown of how to do that. I'm sure it'll be great when I've got it set up right. I love that sound. It sounds like they're laughing at me. Through the automatic gate that will clang shut in times of flood, making a great big basin that the river can flood into, therefore protecting the towns around. It's very clever. The gravel pits get joined to the river. Thoroughly enjoyed that mooring over there on my way here. Bit noisy from the road, but it's just nice. Really good walking. And you can see how high that landing stage will float up. You can see the height of the narrowboat compared to the tops of the white posts, and that landing stage would float right to the top of those white tops on that post. Amazing. And all of this and all of that would be underwater. Whilst we're in this very wide bit, I'm going to open up the throttle fully. It should reach 1,000 RPM, but it isn't, so I need to ring the boat builder. So, back in Northampton Marina for a few days. Tidy the boat, get ready for boat guests. 2 sisters and Roger.
Morning all!
So, heading out of Northampton Marina again. For the final time this year. Goodbye, John. He's a lovely guy. He's been managing this marina for almost 10 years now. Through the marina, sharp right, off to the Northampton Arms. 17 locks in one day. And we have Roger.
Hello.
We have my sister Angela. And my sister Jen. So we are leaving the River Nene onto the Grand Union Canal, Northampton Arm. Bye, Nene, you were brilliant. So shortly we're going to be getting to our first lock, number 1 of 17.
And you can't wait.
It's going to be good. We're going to be so fit and healthy by the end of it. Lock number 17, and we've got to go down to lock number 1. Well, they're looking jolly at the first lock. Wonder what they'll look like by lock number 1. He has discovered the best way to travel. What you like, little dog? Obligatory swan shot, specifically for my subscriber called Swanee.
Morning all! I'm heading towards the bank.
And here we have Roger piloting what way? Into lock number 2. Well, actually, lock number 16 of the Northampton flight. Ooh, he's done that well. So, this is the Northampton Arm. Might needs its reeds cutting back a bit. It is just the width of a single narrowboat, so goodness knows what we're going to do if a boat comes around the corner. See? It's my sister Ange getting rid of all of the weed that is going to gather behind the lock gate when we try and open it. There's a boat coming down in the lock in front, and then you can see the other lock stretching off into the distance. I love a lock flight. Tippy-toeing round a boat in a very short lock pound. Lock number 6 or 7 this is, we're doing well. That's a nice old engine. What engine have you got?
The Gardner 2LW.
That's the sound of a Gardner.
It was shipped out to Hong Kong and worked as a sampan in Hong Kong Harbour from 53 to 2008.
Fantastic, thank you.
Repatriated and we got it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So my sister Angela is ready to push the gate open. Roger's waiting so he can put his paddle down. And my sister Jen is getting the next lock ready. We are a well-oiled locking machine. And we are at lock number 6. When we get down to 0, when we get down to 1, we've done it. Cup of tea and a sandwich. I love this old lift bridge. Charlie making sure that Roger's doing it properly. Do you think she's judging it? I think he's done very well. This is quite cool. This is the lock mechanism with my windlass on it. And if I look down there, there's a little hole. And you can see that the lock mechanism is raising a piece of wood that obviously lets the water sideways into the lock. I've never actually seen what we're raising before. So cool. Second to last lock. We stopped for a little bit of a sandwich break halfway up. It was quite nice. So this lock, the next lock, and then to the pub to celebrate, methinks. Yoo-hoo! Second to last lock! Woo! Lot number 1. We've done it. And it was really fun. I love a lock flight. No.
A little doggy face.
Don't really think we need to do that. That's it, going up in the last lock of the day. Lock number 1. And a beautiful lock cottage at the top. Can't say fairer than that. So here we go, that's Gayton Marina at the top of the Northampton lock flight. We have bridge number 2 on the Northampton arm, and then we hit the Grand Union main line. Well, hopefully we won't hit it, because that would just make a mess of the inside of the boat. We are coming off the Northampton arm, doing a very sharp left-hand turn under a bridge onto the Grand Union main line, and then stopping at a pub to celebrate 17 locks in one day. As we were mooring up to go to the pub, I was threading the chain through the Arnco so I could tie the front of the boat up. And unbeknowingly, I'd stepped onto a wasp's nest. So they all flew up in the air and I got stung right on my finger. And it appears to have swollen the whole of my hand up. Feels like I've been hit by a baseball bat. Thanks, bye! Oh, you got to stay with me, Charlie girl. You got to stay with me. That's it. Family's gone back to Kent. You join me on a grey, bit of a breezy day. We're currently, for about a minute or two, heading south down the Grand Union Canal. This is Bridge 50. This is Candle Bridge. In days of yore, you could stop here and buy candles to light your way through Blissworth Tunnel. A lady who had a house here used to make them. So just going past Candle Bridge, that's the road to Blissworth. Had a good time in the Royal Oak pub up there, really good. And then we're going down here to the Winding Hole, turning around and heading back towards the Leicester arm of the Grand Union Canal. We're going north. I'm hoping to be in Nottingham in 11 days. No idea if I can make it. This is the main train line from London to Birmingham. Busy old spot, but it's very nice underneath this bridge. I don't know why. Don't know why I like it so much. I think it's maybe because it's blue. Oh, look at that. I've had to put the Jenny on because it's grey. And I did quite a lot of cooking and what have you whilst I was with my sisters and Roger. So drained the batteries a bit. So a little bit of cruising with the Jenny today. Not for long, maybe an hour. Coming back up to Gayton Junction, where we turned left out of yesterday. I'm going to pull in, get rid of my rubbish, reverse out and continue north. This is the rubbish I got ready earlier. Coming to help, Charlie? Come on in. She's got a winter coat on. We're cold today. And there's the skip. There's always treasures. So now I've got to decide, do I want some of that glass to make glass shelves with? Where am I going to put a glass shelf? No space. So, reversed off the parking space, turning my nose to the north, and off we go. First to the little town of Wiedenbeck. Hopefully I'm going to get through there. And then up the Buckby flight. 6 or 7 locks. And then I might moor up somewhere near the New Inn at the top. And pop in for a little drinky. There's a boat following me. Might have somebody to share the locks with. You join me in a marina. because I've got a problem again. With Charlie supervising, I'm having a look in my engine bay. And can you see? There's the Fisher Panda generator and it's a cocoon. But can you see a whole load of oil dribbling along there? It's normally spotlessly clean in my engine bay. And there is oil. Not much. Because unfortunately, most of the oil is in the bottom of that cocoon. This is my Fisher Panda generator, naked. I've taken its cocoon off. And down here is like a little silver plate. Can you see that? And behind the little silver plate is a fitting. This is a picture of that fitting. Now, I have a friend called Richard who I've been travelling with for a few days now, and I happened to mention to him there was a bit of oil coming out of my generator, and he said, oh, let's have a look with my boroscope. He's got a camera on a great long wire that he can poke anywhere, not internally. So we had a little look to see if we could see where the oil leak was coming from. And this is what he found.
Okay.
Here you can actually see the oil coming from around this pin in the middle of this fitting, whatever that fitting does. And you can see when you turn the generator on, it actually leaks oil. It's not locked though. I've turned up at this marina because it was a handy one, because I thought a better charge up if I can't use my generator. And the guy that showed me where to park, when I told him my problem, he said, oh, well, we've got two guys here and one of them is a Fisher Panda engineer. Yay! Can't believe it. So one of the guys is coming to have a look today, and the Fisher Panda engineer is ready on the phone if he needs any help. So let's see. I'm hoping this might get fixed, and I'll let you know how things progress. Hurrah!